Okay, let's go. Yes. So, do you know at least one person who writes poems or lyrics? Maybe you're that person. Now imagine all the potential that's lost just because of fear of posting. Maybe you don't know where to post or how to post. Well, what if I told you there's an app where you can store all of your creative works? No, it's not a notes app. It's an app where you can build your portfolio, post your work with integrated copyright features, and possibly even build a career out of it because you can sell your work. Let me introduce you to LyricLand. So, how did I get to this product? Here's an overview of my presentation. The first deliverable are hypotheses. Approve or disapprove them through surveys or interviews. Then landing page, showcasing the product based on results to get your first customers. And customer persona, who would use this product. So, developing by experimenting general concept is to evaluate an idea from A to Z to see if it has a potential. Next is theory. I decided to fill out a Coursera, 5 Whys in Miro, which you will hear about later, and reread the MOM test, which is a must-read for everyone in this course. The KPI was this 5 Whys to help defining hypotheses. But what are the 5 Whys? Well, Miro offers a lot of templates, one of them being called 5 Whys, where you can write in your problem, ask why it's a problem, and then it's a problem because, and you go through these steps like 10 times until you get to your root cause. So for instance, I filled out that writers are not confident enough about their work, and I got to my root cause because they want to make their talent into income or share their passion with the world. You may think, how could I got from that to here? Well, if you're interested, I can later show all the steps, but let's move forward. I also did a little bit of prompt engineering using ChatGPT to build my hypotheses and survey. So the survey consists of 2 parts for writers and non-writers. I got in total 24 respondents, and I had 18 questions. I had 5 auditional answers from Typeform, but you can only get 10 responses for free version, which I didn't research previously. So I had to redo it in Google Forms. I got my responses through Instagram post, and I shared it with my course mates. And the first hypothesis is that majority knows at least one person who writes poetry or lyrics. So 87% actually knows someone who engages in writing, and 26 participants know in total 93 creators. That is 3 creators for 1 person. And 52 of those creators share their work. That's 55%. And those who doesn't share their work are not doing it because of lack of confidence. That is 58%, and fear of judgment and criticism, which is basically the same thing. And are even people so judging, I thought? And apparently, most of the people would influence their friends to share the work. Hypotheses 2. Artists who receive positive ratings on their work will experience a significant boost in confidence. And then I thought, why don't people post their work? Well, the creators say they feel like it's not good enough, no confidence in my work. I share it so others can see and comment, and I can improve. Scared of what others would say, I think that it's my private stuff, and I don't know where to share. So, non-creators, I asked them, why do they think that their friends don't share? 19 respondents said that it's because they need positive feedbacks and encouragement. That's 79%. And my hypothesis 2 were approved. 19 of 24 non-writers and 3 out of 7 writers don't share because of lack of encouragement. That is 70%. And 9 of 24 think it's because they don't know where to share. That's 38%. And hypothesis 3 were more of a risk analysis. You know, there's now ChatGPT and many platforms where you can get poems or lyrics just asking it to make them. And I thought, well, then this platform would have no use and no one would buy the work. But then I asked if users prefer personal and unique touches in artwork and poetry over AI content, and 79% said that artist content has more meaning, and majority cares about who creates the content. Next, hypothesis 4. Many potential users are unaware of existing platforms without integrated copyrights and strong UX design. So the results are 15 out of 20 people are unaware of existing platforms. Those are 63%. And those who mentioned some platforms were not my competitors, like YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud. Those platforms do completely different things. Then hypothesis 5, users consider integrated copyright features important when sharing or purchasing artistic content. And this hypothesis was also approved. And writers say that they would use a platform with integrated copyright features, 84% of them. And here, another proof that security and privacy has a lot of meaning for apps. And then I had 4 interviews. I know a few of my friends who write, and I asked them many questions, and I got some summary out of it. So the first one is, this summer, the first person wants to release a poetry book this summer. The second one creates to get rid of feelings, haven't really thought of sharing. The third one had received a feedback, but it was negative, so they're afraid of sharing it again. And the last one said that it's just for personal work. And the summary is, the problem is that most people know someone who writes poetry and lyrics and has a potential, but they're too afraid to post, or they don't know where to post. So the solution is an app or platform where all artists can come together, share their work, build their portfolio, and grow as a community. So why did competitors die? Well, Wattpad, where you can also post some, let's say, poems, but it's mostly known for fictional stories. Then there's Tumblr, which died because of Tumblr decided not to post any more explicit content or adult content. Then there's Miracle. It has many ads, and I researched why people don't use it, because it has similar functions as my app would have. But as I realized from the responses, that most people say that the word goes missing, so there's some storing problems. And the last but not least, Songbay, where actual songs with lyrics, so that's also not really my competitor. So in total, yes, these platforms exist, but most of them don't have these integrated copyrights or bad design, and most people haven't even heard of them. So how would I make my app reach out to public? Is through social media influencers, because that's how I could reach out most people. That's in my niche. And customers would be artists and other members that just want to be inspired through these works. And the customer persona, let's say it's Amy, she's 26 years old from London, because this product could go globally. And her bio is, she's social media manager. The first client should be somewhat braver than others, because they're the first to this platform. And she has various styles, techniques to create unique work. Her characteristics is passion for art and creativity, expressive personality, and devices she uses a laptop with a graphic tablet for her work and smartphone to reach out to other people for communication and social media purposes. Her goals is to motivate others, inspire others through her work, and her preferences are strong user interface, easy to use, and safety for privacy concerns, because she's afraid someone would steal her work or use it without her permission. So an app or a website, because if you build a website, you can easily integrate it into app, which doesn't work the other way around. You can, but it's much more complicated. And from the survey results, I see that most people use phone, so the app would be a better option. And LyricLand, this is my landing page. Build your writer's portfolio today and sign up. I also tried using a landing page in Cloudflow for app version. And our mission is to encourage new artists to share their work and build the confidence to fully embrace their potential. And the product description, a little bit more what would be in the product. Artists can be found by their usernames. There would be 2 different For You pages for lyrics and for poems. And artists can be found by hashtags. And the most known scaling artists would have a different section in the app. So scaling of the app, making digital purchasable poetry books or making digital purchasable poetry books of new artists, a cost-free forum for discussions, and purchasable lyric structure courses from music professionals. If you don't know how to make bars or how these lyrics are structured, then you can just ask professionals and buy these services. And the next steps, bigger count of survey respondents from various age groups to see if this product really has a potential, because I had only 24 respondents. Then using Cloudflow for first signups and creating the MVP. And my reflections, improvement from last year, is finding a product that you're really passionate about. And as I worked on this, I just thought, oh, here's an idea, and I just could do much more research just because I was much more interested. And another thing was what we made as a mistake, we didn't conduct the survey from various age groups, which I didn't also do it this year. But if I would want to make this product, I would definitely consider it. And then 5 whys in future projects, this really actually helped me, because as I went through all these questions, I realized so many things I can put in my hypotheses, and just in general problem validation and seeing what is the root problem. And last but not least, valuable insights from competitors, because ours gave me an idea to research if why these competitors didn't work out, because obviously there are some, and it gives a lot of new ideas how you can improve your product. And thank you. Any questions?
Amazing. I like that you walked around like Steve Jobs, like envisioning in your head everything.
I tried. Okay.
I hope you already have bought domain.
Not yet.
You should. Someone might grab before that, because LyricLand sounds awesome.
What I also forgot to mention, that all the hypotheses were approved, as you saw. That's why I didn't need to recreate them.
Could that be your bias?
It could be my bias, but I also sent out this survey to my course mates to ask how I could improve my questions. And I really put a lot of thought into these questions. But it definitely would need a little bit more if I would actually want to make it as a product.
Mm-hmm. Overall, there's I like the consistency in design. It seemed like you had good analysis there. There was some grammar issues in some points.
I bet.
It's worthy sometimes to go over it. Also good that you made landing page. Suggestion maybe for the future, if you only have 24% participants, using percentage maybe is not the best case scenario, because
starting from 50 should use a percentage, yes.
Usually if you do these kind of tests or forms, at least from 50 is when people start to use percentage, because till then it just sounds more posh or more cooler than it actually is.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like 15, basically you just say 15 instead like 70%
True.
or something. But you can do that. Mathematically it's correct, but presenting wise it may sound exaggeration than what it is.
Yeah.
But overall I like Joy pushed basically the question on scalability, app, web, all that's cool. And what I felt, this is basically artists versus artificial intelligence. So it's kind of into this perspective. Thank you.
First of all, let me tell you that I am very sad. I am very sad because I think that you had the best course of this semester already in January. So far, all three presentations are like super good with the products or with services that you could provide, and I can really see how you have grown over the course. What were the questions? What were the naive questions at the beginning of the course, and at the end you can state it based on the data, and that is something what really warms my heart at the moment, because I see that over the first month of this semester you have started it like super strong, and I really hope that you will be able to keep that pace over this semester. My question was regarding pricing. I know that it wasn't a mandatory thing for you, but have you already considered what would be the pricing for me as a user to be in your app, or what could be the possible, I don't know, these blocks of things I can buy or use?
I actually did look a little bit into it, and the costs aren't that bad. It would be like €2 for like one post, plus maybe something for the app to keep it up. But I didn't put too much time into that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And one small comment, in one of the slides you stated that most people haven't heard of them regarding your competitors, I guess.
Yes, there was
So
one
you
of my...
didn't ask the most people. You asked like 17 of them.
24.
Or 24.
24, yes.
Yeah. So
Most of my respondents, then I should have said yes.
Yeah, it's like a small thing, but it's...
Big impact, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I really hope that you will try to develop it over the courses if the possibility comes up over this semester. So, because I think it's a very nice idea, and it seems to me that I don't know you as a person, but I think that it is very close to you what you would like to do, or where you solve the problem as you as a person, and therefore you decided how to develop it. Maybe.
Yes, it was much easier to look from the user experience, as I also have some works that I create, and then I could think what's stopping me and kind of feel how the person using my app would feel, and then just making these hypotheses from that perspective as well.
Okay, thanks. We have some more time, right? Maybe
yes.
Someone have a question?
I have a question. What I couldn't get is, why did you ask the friends of poetry writers, like, because you asked like, why do they think why their friends don't post, but it's like, it doesn't really matter if the friends don't pressure or influence the writers. It's like, I couldn't understand why was that necessary.
I had this question previously. I just wanted to see percentages of why they think they're friends, because like for me, all the people who I have talked to, they really trust me, and they have told me why they create this work, why they maybe don't post it, and then I thought, if you know someone, then you probably also know why they don't post. And it was there was also an option not to answer to this question, and as the survey splits into two parts, there is these people who write, and they had also been asked this question. It was just for deeper analysis.
Mm-hmm. And another thing is that you had the question, would you prefer human written content over AI written content? But at the end of the day, if I couldn't tell whether it was AI written or not, I would buy it if I like it. So that was kind of a tricky question, because of course if somebody says, I'm like, of course I want a human written content, I feel more special. But honestly,
True.
I wouldn't really know unless there's like delve, embark, and all those buzzwords that...
Or I am Roblox.
Yeah. So that was something that I found as well, a bit like a tricky answer to the question.
Just for marketing purposes, I guess.
Last one?
Yeah, my question for you is, the biggest problem you pinpointed is that people are afraid of the feedback they were going to get. Is that right?
Yes.
Then I don't really see how this app solves that. Could you explain
Because-
how it solves that problem?
Yes, you can basically build your portfolio where the customers can basically rate your work, and you can build your ratings. And as it's a creators platform, I assume that everyone would want to like kind of help out each other, but that's also an assumption.
Another hypothesis.
Another
that you
hypothesis,
understood.
yes.
And what if it is bad?
Reviews.
How do I actually post? Like I can build a portfolio, but I have to post it. But I'm afraid of the feedback. So that's the problem. I would suggest looking into how your app works, because you can post on Facebook. It's a repository as well. Facebook page, maybe community page. But how's your different? How does it solve the scary part of it? That's just something to look at. Thank you.
True.
Start testing with a group or Facebook page.
In Cloudflow, you can make actually like a forum as well.
Mhm.
Like group is like mastermind stuff there. Anyway.
A little bit unrelated, I know time's over, just wanted to add a little comments.
That was from presentation.
Oh, nice, nice. But I would really suggest you to read Rick Rubin's The Creative Act, the book. It's absolutely amazing. I'm
Which
currently reading The Creative Act by Rick Rubin.
Okay.
Basically, it's all about the artists and how exactly they should even exist in a way. And that might help you and bring some like more clarity on how exactly things should work or something like that. But I don't know, I just really love the book. I believe it might help you in some way, at least as a writer.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you.